Good morning, masculines and feminines, if you're cross-watching. Thank you for joining me this morning. This is a general read. It may or may not resonate with everybody. If it does, that's great. If it doesn't, don't worry. Then it wasn't meant for you to hear today. Sorry, excuse me. I do have my April special going on. It is listed below if that's something you're interested in. I am an intuitive reader, so I think it's all these. Yep. So what's on the card may not necessarily be what comes out of my mouth. So I go by the energy. Sometimes it's a picture or a word on the card. Just all depends. And if you have, and if you planning on coming to see me today, or come to see any of the other gorgeous women that I am very honored and blessed to know and be able to work with once a month. Hopefully the rain doesn't scare you, the storms that are coming doesn't scare you or intimidate you. But if not, this is something, we took a bit of hiatus in the winter time, and now it'll probably be something that goes on monthly. I know there's already one planned for next month. I just don't have the specifics on it yet. My friend, the woman who runs it, Gay, has not informed us yet. But when I know, I will let you know. Okay. All right, masculines, let's see. They're meditating more, okay? And while they're meditating, they're helped to clear out. This is yellow. This is the color of the sacral chakra. And again, if you saw yesterday's masculine reading, they were a randy bunch of masculines that were channeling through me. So this is probably why they are feeling that way, because they are clearing out sacral chakras. They are clearing out any damage that may have been done by a karmic, because some of the karmics, to really wound them because the masculines have been getting strong, or just to have complete control over them and make sure they're not going anywhere. I mean, just to really hit them below the belt, like, you know, almost literally. They have told them that they were bad in bed, that they could get better elsewhere, or that, and if this is a situation where the karmic knows of the feminine, she would probably say, and again, I do this from my perspective, I just tend to resonate more with the feminine, but you can be a man, resonating with the feminine, and feminine resonating with the male. So, you know, just take the energy as it fits. So the karmic could be saying, you suck. Why would she want anything to do with you? And as I mentioned yesterday, like sex and that physical connection, yes, we are divine human beings, but we are human beings. We are human. So the masculines still have that strong sexual urge, that desire, and being able to, wow, I'm going to get into it again, but being able to satisfy and please their feminine, or a woman in general, helps it helps the ego. And I know that they are dying and getting out of the ego, but that is still a part of them that won't go, because we are human. Okay, the ego will never 100% completely die. So it is very important to them. It is not the most important thing, because now they are coming to terms with, you know, that money and sex and status and material things are not what bring them happiness. But again, there is still that ego, that part. So, you know, some of the karmics have done quite a bit of damage to them. And while they are in meditation, they are getting divine guidance, and they are learning about their universal heart, or everyone's universal heart. We all share the same heart because we are all one. No one is separated. They are also learning that losing, because you have to lose everything in order to grow, in order to ascend. You have to hit rock bottom. You have to lose maybe your house in a divorce. most of the money in a divorce, maybe time that you spent with children in a divorce, or separation of a long-term marriage. It doesn't, or a long-term commitment. It doesn't have to be marriage, or it doesn't even have to be whatever long-term means to you. But they are learning that these things are all blessings, because without these, you will not grow. And I think I had mentioned to somebody in a private reading, when you can look back at the terrible things that have gone on and all the hurtful things that have gone on, and if you were able to find out what the lesson was and learn from it, and that it was really, you know, a blessing in disguise, you have grown. You have grown by leaps and bounds. And when you can become actually grateful for that, and not hold any ill will towards the person that did these things to you, or people that have done these things to you, and realize, excuse me, and realize their part, that they had to act this way in order for you to move, in order for you to grow, in order for you to ascend. If you can get to that state, you have grown so much. I mean, there is always growth to be done, but that really is just phenomenal amount of growth and ascension. And again, some of them still have inner child feelings to deal with. Kind of going back to the karmic, okay? Maybe they have a very strong dominant karmic, well, obviously, but maybe their mother was a very strong woman, and maybe the mother had done some damage when they were little. Maybe the mother was mentally ill and could not help it. My mother was an unmedicated, mentally ill woman. I grew up like that. I grew up with an alcoholic father. It was a shit-ass childhood. But as I became a parent and older, I realized that my parents did the best they could with what it is they knew how. And I have subsequently said the same thing to my children, and they will say the same thing to their children if they decide to have children. I don't get into that conversation with them. That's their business, not mine. But do I look back and do I see the lessons that I learned and how much they made me grow because of growing up in a childhood like that? Yeah, no, not immediately. It kind of took some therapy actually to get to that point, but you know what? It happens. So a lot of them are working through these inner child issues. Let's see. I don't know if you can hear, there's a dog barking outside. It's not my dog, it's a dog. And you will probably hear some very loud cracks of thunder. Spirit, can I have 5 cards for this row, please? Oh. Four more cards, please. Spirit, 4 more cards. Yeah, looks like we're getting a bunch. Wow, we are getting a bunch. Oh, sorry, this is a puzzle I have to put together. Some of these have specific places to go, and now I need to figure that out. There we go. Okay. Balance. Yin and yang is not just one is specifically for male, one is specifically for female. We carry both yin and yang in us, just like we carry both divine masculine and feminine energies in us. So going through meditation, the masculine is able to find that balance, that harmonious balance within themselves. And also, this has become quite common in many of the readings that I have been doing. Their third eye is opening. Sorry, excuse me. They're still having a hard time coming forward physically to speak to the feminines. And that's okay, because first they have to be able to speak for themselves before they can speak to the feminines. Just a little side note there. So their third eye is opening up, and is opening up quite quickly. Okay, and they're learning to trust the divine guidance that they're getting. They're learning to trust what it is that they are seeing in their third eye. And within finding their universal heart and their oneness, okay, they're seeking the truth as to why they're here, as to why things are the way they are, whether it be in the world in general. Although I don't know if you can ever actually get an answer for that, or find out why things are going on in the world as they are. All we really know as twins is that we are just here to help elevate the, and my timer said 11:11 when I was talking about that, to elevate, to help mankind come up to, again, realize that we are all one. We share a universal heart. So the masculines are seeking the truth, okay? And by doing that, they're also learning to nurture themselves. They are seeking out ways to nurture themselves. Blessings. Yes, everybody talks about blessings, and you know how things, you have to find the blessings in that the blessings are in disguise of bad things that have happened. But you know, there's also obviously blessings in just simple things, like to simply love, and that's what the masculine really wants. The masculine wants to be simply loved, and to be able to love their counterpart back simply. And that is a dream come true. If you notice, these are both green, the color of the heart chakra. I mean, you know, just to be able to, how do I phrase it? Hold on, it's going to take me a minute. Just to love and be loved in return is a dream come true. And again, their inner child issues, okay? It's hard for them. It's hard for them to have to, you know, to deal with these issues. These issues they're not easy. This is why it takes a lot of work, because it's not easy. And I think on a collective level and in a general term, I think it is harder for men to come to these realizations, you know, and have to maybe in some ways, or I mean in some cases, literally confronting their mother. And it could be their father, but generally for the masculines, they have issues with their mother, and generally the feminines have issues with their father. For the masculines, it's kind of like fear of abandonment and not being good enough. And for feminines, it's that fear, I mean, again, of abandonment, which is like a common denominator in both the masculine and the feminine, but that fear of not being protected, not being safe. So could be a lot of, you know, actual confrontation if their mother has not passed away. If their mother has passed away, that's something they have to work on internally, and also work on with the karmic. So that is hard. And that's what I was saying, confront. I forgot that card was there. Exactly. So not only are they confronting their mother either in life or in the afterlife, but they're also confronting the karmic. Spirit, can I have 5 cards or whatever you deem is necessary? Four more, please. 2 more. Two more, please, Spirit. One more. Second time I've seen this card, the Temptation card. Okay. We have deception and envy. Again, their third eye is opening and they're meditating more and they're finding that balance. They are seeing the deception and envy that has been within themselves, that has been with people around them and their karmic. Again, remember, karmic doesn't actually have to be a romantic love. I do this again from my perspective, and for me, that's how that's how my karmic and my masculine play out in my life. But it certainly does not have to be romantic. So they are finding, they are getting to the bottom of this. And this is the second time that I saw this Temptation card. Again, they are trusting, okay, that the karmic has been using them, okay, has been deceiving them with sex. So they've long come to that realization and have cut off any sexual contact with their karmic. So if that's something you've been wondering about, whether are they still sleeping together, hell no. They are not. He cut that off a long time ago. And also trusting that the masculine needs to wait, trusting the divine guidance, that they need to wait until they get the green light, until they get the go-ahead to move on. And there also is probably, I mean, there is a huge temptation for the masculines for wanting to reach out to their feminines. I mean, I can feel it. There's this pull. There's this huge energy of them wanting to come forward, but they cannot right now because, one, they are still learning to speak for themselves. And like I said before, you cannot speak to your counterpart unless you can speak for yourself. But that temptation just to come in anyway and start talking is so strong. But they know, because of divine guidance, that they have to wait until that the timing is right for them to be able to move on with the plans that they have in their head, that they have in place. And a lot of masculines already have their plans. Their plans already are in place. They're waiting for the signal, for the sign, so that they can actually execute them. And it's been a huge sacrifice on both parts. It's been a sacrifice on the feminines and a sacrifice on the masculines, where the feminines probably had to sacrifice emotional things. But the feminines had to sacrifice emotional things. The masculines are having to sacrifice earthly material things. And when I was talking about the blessings, you know, you find the blessings in obstacles and challenges. So they're just reiterating that point there. And for those masculines that are confronting their mothers, confronting their karmics, there will be victory and success because truth will be told. The karmic will have, in most cases, no choice but to come clean and admit, because the masculines will have physical proof of what she has been doing behind their back, and the truth will come out. And again, maybe they need to have this really long heart-to-heart conversation with their mother, and maybe things are hidden, you know, about the mother. When the mother was a child, maybe she did not have the greatest of childhoods, and she was unable to break that chain. And unfortunately, you know, if not all of it, at least some of it has gotten passed on to their children. Trust me, it's very hard to break that chain. I am lucky enough that I was given the strength and the courage to break that chain with my children. If anything, I've gone the opposite way. If you ask my kids, they'll say, my mom loves me too much. And I'm like, trust me, I go, that's not, they know a little bit about my childhood. I'm like, that's not a bad thing. I said, you'll miss it when I'm gone, so enjoy it now, which of course, you know, they're just like, ugh, whatever. So they will be getting the truth from their mother, all right? And it will bring them a sense of victory and success, that they know that it wasn't personal. And again, that takes a lot to be able to get to that place and see that, okay? It's a blessing to be able to get to that point and see that. To see your parents, especially your mother. My boys still have a hard time doing this. They have a hard... This is the 4th time I've seen this card today. My boys have a hard time seeing me as a person. Because I'm just mom. Mom are not people. I guess it's that one. I guess it's those 3. Two more? That's way too many. Sorry, Spirit. Way too many. Two more, please. Thank you. One more, please, Spirit, just one more. Okay. We have the Knight of Wands, okay? This, and I'm going to use this as a man because this is what is depicted in the card. It does not have to be a man. The Knight is somebody that is confident, established, well-respected within their community, wanting to take action towards their feminine, wanting to take on the challenges that have come before him. And meditating helps him, give him that courage and that strength. And we have the 3 of Pentacles, separate beings, separate entities coming together to work together in the physical. Now this could be, and this could be a masculine, the lawyer, and a judge, is what they said. So those three people coming together to end this karmic cycle. And with the Three of Wands, we have the Three of Pentacles. Manifesting. The Three of Wands. I just did the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Wands. Actually physically manifesting what it is that you can manifest, so that you can put down these burdens. So there can be a completion in this cycle. With the Hierophant, again, looking for spiritual guidance. It does not have to be, and it's not going to be within a church. It is with someone that is more spiritually awakened than them, somebody that has been enlightened. God is putting people in the masculine's path. God puts people in everybody's path, whether you see it or not, puts people in your path for a specific reason. Again, if you can look back and see why that person came in and out of your life and the lesson they learned, or the help they may have given you, and it could just be emotional support or somebody just to have listened to you when you needed somebody to listen to you. Everybody serves a purpose, good, bad, or indifferent, quite honestly. So they are seeking out this higher person, this person with more wisdom. Excuse me. They are looking to find that where there had been no love in their life for so long, they are looking to find that youthful love within themselves. They obviously have it for the feminine, but they need to find it within themselves first before they can make this offer. So they are offering themselves that love of wonder, of innocence. And, and by doing all of this, because this is right smack dab in the center of the reading, they need time for rest, okay? For stability. And if you can see, they just gave me another message. You can see this man here is laying on something solid, okay, where he probably has felt like the rug has been pulled out from underneath him by these tower moments that keep coming into his life to make him move, because the universe, quite frankly, has gotten tired of waiting and tired of the Knight of Pentacles action, the movement that the masculines have been taking, a very slow movement. My guides just said, yes, we feel the feminine's pain of the slow movement or the non-movement, the inaction. So the universe has come in. I think, like I said before, there are no more nudges. There are pushes. There are shoves. That lightning bolt is going to come down and disrupt, make an earthquake, take the rug out from underneath their feet. So they are going to need this time to rest and relax. And some masculines may be seeking therapy. You have the proverbial person laying on the couch talking to a therapist. They may be seeking therapy because of truths that may have come out about their mother and about their karmic, and truths about themselves. And there is nothing wrong with therapy. Let me tell you, I put it off for years. I put it off. And I kicked myself thinking I wish I had gone sooner because it helped me so much. But there's a lesson and a blessing in there for me to learn. We have the Four of Pentacles. Again, I said that the masculines are learning that that is actually a blessing to lose everything materially that they have, to stop hanging on so tightly, to let it all go. Because when you can let it all go, it comes back to you in spades, in aces, tenfold, in abundance. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is actually the sorry, the feminine actually literally, physically nurturing the masculine. In some cases, maybe if you're already living together or you will be living together in the near future, you could be sitting on the couch here and the masculine could simply put his head on your lap and you just simply, you know, run your fingers through their hair, you know, scratch their scalp a little bit. That is so pleasing to a man, okay? I don't know. I mean, well, it does feel good. When I was young, my mom would like rub my head and my hair, and you know, and that would put me to sleep. But there's something very calming, very nurturing, just very beautiful about it. And that's one way that the masculines are dying to be nurtured. I really, there's no words to explain that feeling of having that done to you, and then to be able to give that in return is just absolutely beautiful. So the masculines, again, because their mother maybe were cold to them, are just, they're not looking for, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, he's looking for a mother figure. No, he's looking for that nurturing, that caring, that loving, that has been missing from his life. Oh, that one wants to come out. The locket. Oh, God. Wow. I think those are the only two, and those really are powerful too. Here we go. The locket. I have said before that in some cases the masculine will be bringing a physical gift to the feminine. It could be something as sweet and innocent as a locket that opens up with a picture of him on one side and her on the other. Maybe if you dated when you were younger, and it doesn't have to be children, you know, it could be, you know, in your 20s and 30s. It depends how old you are. Take it as it resonates. Maybe they gave you this gift already, and it's something that you've been hanging on to. Also, they could have given you a ring in the past, a promise ring. When I was 17, when we were 17, me and my masculine, he gave me a promise ring. I have lost it over the years, and I'm kicking myself for losing it. But he had given me a promise ring. Or like I said, they're bringing a gift of jewelry to the feminines. I see for some masculines, when they come right back into the feminine's life, okay, you will be getting married immediately. Don't be surprised if within an hour of reuniting, that masculine is not down on one knee, pulling out a ring, asking you to marry him. Because they know now time has slipped through their fingers. All right? We're not getting any younger physically. Yes, we will be together for eternity. But right now in this physical life, we're not getting any younger. Too much time has slipped by. And they realize that now. And they want to, yeah, my gosh, just said they want to get hitched as soon as possible. Okay, thank you very much. This has gone on long, but there was a lot that the masculines have to say. Again, I hope that I will be able to see some of you today. If not, then, you know, maybe next month or whenever. And until tomorrow, when I see you, hopefully I will have some energy. I will be doing 4 hours of channeling. More than likely, I will be doing majority of medium work, and that takes so much more energy than this, and it is exhausting. Or if not, I will see you on the flip side for the feminine reading. Bye-bye, everybody. Namaste.